Hello students, in our previous video we have completed secular state and caste inequalities. Now in this video I am going to start the topic caste and politics. In India, people don't cast their vote but vote their caste is partially true. In our previous topic, we have already seen the relation between caste and politics. Casteism is still prevalent in our society. Caste plays an important role in our society, and with that perspective, we will study the topics caste in politics and politics in caste. We'll start with the topic caste in politics. In communalism, we have studied that religion is the basis of society. In casteism, caste is the basis of society. Like in communalism, it is believed that the thinking and interests of one religion is same. The same concept is repeated in casteism. Here also it is believed that the thinking and interests of one caste is same. In short, the role which religion plays in communalism, the same role caste plays in casteism. Now we'll see what various forms can caste take in politics. First of all, while choosing candidates in elections, parties nominate candidates from different castes so as to muster necessary support to win election. Before contesting election, most of the political parties look at the caste composition of a particular constituency. That is, they will see that which caste is prevalent in a particular area. Then they nominate a candidate belonging to the caste which forms majority in that area. Because political parties think that if they choose such candidate, then there is a greater probability to win. When governments are formed, political parties try to include the representatives from different castes and tribes. Next, political parties and candidates in elections make appeals to caste sentiment to muster support. Candidates during election campaigns tend to identify themselves with a specific caste or tribe to polarize vote bank of that specific caste. One such example can be seen in delivering of communal speeches or declarations for a particular community in their election manifesto. Third is one person, one vote. Compelled political leaders to gear up to the task of mobilizing and securing political support. Because of universal adult franchise, every citizen has voting rights either of upper caste or lower caste. So the political parties have started focusing on backward class as well as they have realized that in order to win they need support of all. In short, one person, one vote has compelled the political parties to muster the support of every community. All this gives an impression that elections are all about caste and nothing else. But this is far from true. As no parliamentary constituency in the country has a clear majority of one single caste. So, in order to win, it is necessary for every candidate and party to win the confidence of more than one caste and community. Next, no party wins the votes of all the voters of a caste or community. For example, a party leader nominates a candidate of a specific caste in order to gain all the votes of that caste in his favor. But it is not necessary that the people of that specific caste may vote for the candidate of their own caste, because sometimes people give more value to their political sentiment rather than their caste sentiment. Next, sometimes different political parties may put up candidates from the same caste. So voters may have more than one candidate from their caste, and it is not possible that they can vote for both the candidates. So here the concept that by nominating candidates from the same caste more votes can be gained is proved wrong. Our next argument is the ruling party and the sitting MPs or MLAs frequently lose elections in our country. This shows that it is not necessary that people vote on the basis of caste. People's preference keeps on changing, and because of that, ruling party frequently lose elections. With all this, it is clear that while caste matters in electoral politics, so do many other factors like popularity of a particular leader, performance of the ruling party, etc. Sometimes the attachment of voters to political parties is often stronger than their attachment to their caste or community. People from same caste often vote differently. I hope you understood the topic caste in politics. Now we'll study politics in caste. We have seen what caste does to politics. Now we'll see politics too influences the caste system and caste identities by bringing them into the political arena. Thus, it is not politics that gets caste ridden, it is the caste that gets politicized. First, each caste group tries to become bigger by incorporating within it neighboring castes or subcastes. Political parties or leaders try to make a bigger group by joining castes or subcastes together so that they can gain more and more votes. Next point is coalition among various caste groups and thus enter into a dialogue and negotiation. They try to align various castes together in order to make their vote bank more bigger, that is in order to attract more votes in their favor. Next, new kinds of caste groups have come up in the political arena like backward and forward caste groups. The political parties or political leaders have made one section of forward caste and one of backward caste. They have divided the caste groups into two so that they don't have to muster support separately from different castes, but they just have to support either backward caste or forward caste and can attract more and more voters. What we can conclude is caste plays different kinds of roles in politics. Its impact can be positive and can be negative. If we talk about positive impacts, first of all, disadvantaged communities get political attention. For example, Dalits and the people from OBC caste who were deprived before, who were deprived earlier, have gained better access to decision making with the help of reservation granted to them. There are negative impacts too, like if a leader does politics on the basis of caste, then he actually divides the society and weakens the unity among the people. Politics based on caste identity can divert attention from other processing issues like poverty, development, and corruption. And sometimes caste division may lead to tensions, conflicts, and even violence.